Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Libby Field in Weymouth, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity baseball contest between the visiting Weymouth High School Wildcats and the visiting Brookline High Warriors and the hosting Weymouth High Wildcats. Sorry for the abrupt nature of the start of this stream. As you can see, I am quite late to this contest. We're already in the bottom of the first inning. Both teams have already scored one run. Unfortunately, I underestimated the traffic between Brookline and Weymouth today, and as a result, I have shown up noticeably late. My deepest apologies for that. We've also had a little bit of trouble with Wi-Fi connectivity, so hopefully that isn't too bad. Again, my deepest apologies for all the difficulties today, but let's see if we can follow the action from here on out, as this pitch is going to be fouled off, and that'll be strike two. The count to this batter is 1-2. There are two outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Weymouth just scored the tying run. They've got a runner on second right now. Brookline's Connor Jernigan on the hill, getting the start for Brookline today. And he checks the runner on second and delivers, and it's fouled off again by number 8 as he stays alive at 1-2. That one comes in low and inside, ball 2. So between innings, I'll try and check on the team's game changer account, see if I can recount what has happened so far today. As this one is skied out to left, it's being tracked out in left field. A can of corn for the Brookline left fielder, who I believe is Ryan Kravitz, and that is going to end the first inning. So we are through one here at Libby Field in Weymouth, Massachusetts. The score at the end of one, Brookline 1, Weymouth 1. So let me see if I can catch us up on what has happened so far. Again, I can't apologize enough for arriving late and missing almost the entirety of the first inning. No excuse. I give no excuse for that. But let's take a look at what happened. Seems like at the top of the first, Keenan Sawada led off with a walk. Harrison Siegel struck out. And then Connor Jernigan knocked in Sawada after Sawada stole second base. And so Sawada scored the run for Brookline as Jernigan registered his 4th RBI of the season so far. Oh, wait, no, not Jernigan. Engelman, Charlie Engelman drove it in. Got the names mixed up for a second there. At the plate right now is Nico Hart. And Hart skies one out to left. Left fielder tracking it. Just barely hauled in that catch. He lost track of it very briefly, but he does ultimately haul it in, and that will be out number 1 for Brookline here in the top of the second. Now coming up to the plate for Brookline, number 7, James Dialchand Erickson. And Dialchand Erickson slices this one. It's a fly ball into right field. Right fielder tracking it, and he's caught it. Stumbles a bit, but does haul in the catch. So a couple of awkward catches lead to 2 flyouts for Brookline, and there's 2 down quickly here in the top of the second. Coming up now is number 14, Avery Melton. And the first pitch is a strike, and I'm encountering some slight issues with my mic here. I don't know why, because, you know, we hadn't had enough issues up to this point at the start of this day. Hopefully that settles down. As this pitch is going to come in for a ball, we've got now a 1-1 count to Melton. Okay, there we go. Sorry, again, not sure what is going on today, as that one is in there for strike 2 to Melton. 2 down, and the base is empty here in the top of the second for Brookline. And that pitch hit him. That pitch hits Melton, and so he will get the 2-out hit by pitch and put a runner on first with 2 down. Now coming up, number 8, Ben Doktoroff. Okay. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 2. Doktoroff registered his first base hit of the season on Monday's win over Framingham. As he makes good contact here, sends it out to left. That drops fair. It does drop fair. Melton is going to hold at second, but Doktoroff's not going to hold. Base running disaster for Brookline. Doktoroff caught between the bags. They're going to throw to first. Now we've got twice the pickles. Doktoroff going to second. He's safe, and Melton is safe. A base running disaster turns into base running brilliance for Brookline. I guess you score that a double? Good heads-up base running by Avery Melton, realizing that they had Doktoroff in a pickle. And so if Doktoroff advanced, he had to advance, and he did, and he made it to third as Doktoroff made it safely to second. Wild plays out here at Libby Field, and we cycle back to the top of the order for Brookline with number 5, Keenan Sawada. And he swings and misses there for strike 2. First time at the plate, Sawada drew a walk. He would steal second and later come in on an RBI single by Charlie Engelman. Now second and third with 2 down, the 0-2 pitch. And Sawada pops this one. It's in foul territory, and it's out of play. So Sawada stays alive. Coming into this game, Sawada was 2 for 10 with 3 walks, 2 steals, and 3 runs scored. He can add another walk and another run scored to that resume already, as he takes that one low for ball 1. And the defensive swing is fouled off. Sawada stays alive at 1-2. Avery Melton at third, the potential go-ahead run. Ben Doktoroff at second. And again, Sawada fouls it off, continues to battle back here with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the inning. 1-2 remains the count to Sawada. And this one skips in the dirt, briefly gets away from the catcher, but overall well blocked as the runners hold. This makes it a 2-2 count. And that one comes in low. Sawada battles his way back to a full count after falling behind 0-2. And Sawada reaches out, bloops this one out to left. The left fielder tracking it, and he's got the catch in foul territory, and that will end the inning. So Brookline threatens in the top of the second, but cannot score. And we now get ready to go to the bottom of the second. We are still tied at 1 apiece. Now let me see if I can catch up with what happened in the bottom of the first inning. The first batter, Suppley, got a single. The next batter was Daly, who drew a walk. Next one was Dolan, who grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Then after that, Zaslaw reached on a drop third strike. This allowed Suppley to score on the passed ball. And then after that, Ferguson flew out to left, and that was the bottom of the first. Jernigan returns to the mound with 1 unearned run on his docket so far through 1 inning pitched. Jernigan has now thrown 3 innings through 2 starts so far this season. He has 3 runs allowed, all of them unearned. And they do score that hit as a double for Doctoroff, which I understand. I mean, nobody bobbled the ball or anything like that. Just some chaotic yet heads-up base running by Brookline's catching platoon of Melton and Doctoroff. Doctoroff behind the plate today. Melton playing first with Jernigan on the hill. Coming up for Weymouth, we have Umano, Dolan, and Browning. First up is Umano. First pitch from Jernigan, hard contact, snagged by Sawada, thrown to first, and that's out number 1. For those of you who followed my streams over the summer, you know that Keenan Sawada played for that 18U Lou Tompkins team, but wasn't able to play the field at all while he recovered from an injury. But boy, he looks healthy and strong in the infield so far this season. He's made a number of great plays. Now up to the plate is one of the Dolans. This is a Dolan as he takes ball 2. 2-0 the count. The Dolan who batted in the first inning was G. Dolan. And this one comes in low for ball 3. You know, got to give my thanks and a shout out to the team and head coach Brendan O'Connor for giving me full access to their Game Changer account so I can see all the stats. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to A. Dolan. It's going to put a runner at first. Now coming up to the plate is Browning. And this pitch is going to miss outside, ball 1. Dolan leading off from first. That pitch misses, ball 2. That is now 6 straight balls thrown by Jernigan. And now this pitch is sliced into foul territory. That'll be strike 1. Attempted pickoff, and Dolan's going to dive back safely. 2-1 the count with 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Dolan leading off from first. And this one's a chopper heading up the third base line. Fielded, juggled, and dropped over at third by Engelman. And Browning is going to reach on the E5. And we got a pinch runner for Browning. That is number 1. And now, coming up to the plate is Valentin, as it's Madden who is running. And that's first pitch contact. Over to short, on to second to 1, and nothing at first. It's going to be a simple fielder's choice for the second out of the inning. So the 6-4 fielder's choice gets Madden out at second. And now we have runners at the corners with 2 down. And now we cycle back around to the top of the order with Suppley. First pitch in there, strike 1. Suppley, his last time up, got a single and later came in to score on a passed ball. Slices this one foul, and that's going to go out of play. 0-2 the count. 2 down, runners at the corners. And this one is also sliced down the left field side, and this one's also going to go out of play. And so Suppley stays alive at 0-2. And now a hard grounder over to Sawada, fielded cleanly, and the 4-6 fielder's choice gets Brookline out of the jam. 2 innings in, our score, Brookline 1, Weymouth 1. Great trust of the fielders behind him after a brief loss of control. For Jernigan, he starts throwing strikes, and the defense takes care of the job behind him. So I see the kind words from you guys in the live chat from Adam Polgreen. No apologies needed, Jesse. All parents and fans of BHS Baseball appreciate your hustle and great coverage. Thank you. And from Barbara Joe Metzger, yes, we all appreciate you, Jesse, and love that you call these games. Go Brookline Warriors. I swear, you guys are just too nice to me. You guys spoil me here. The Brookline baseball fandom, no joke. And then Donnell O'Neill coming in with the support for the man on the mound, saying Connor's the best. Of course, Donnell and Connor were also teammates on the gridiron back in the fall. O'Neill finishing his senior season as a wide receiver, and Jernigan playing his first season of football as a junior O-lineman. And Jernigan among the players due up here in the top of the third, as it will be the 2, 3, 4 hitters, Siegel, Engelman, and Jernigan. In the meantime, there is some action going in the Brookline bullpen. It looks like number 7, James Dialchin-Derrickson, warming up. First pitch to Siegel is high and inside, ball 1. That almost hit him, which at this point it almost feels like a running joke. Harrison Siegel with 4 hit-by pitches in 3 games so far this season. Siegel slices that one. It's going to stay in the infield, and it's going to be a can of corn for the shortstop, and that's going to be out number 1. Now coming up to the plate, the third baseman, number 17, Charlie Engelman. First pitch in there, strike 1. Engelman, his last time up, he got an RBI single to left, driving in Sawada. That represents the lone run for Brookline so far today, as that pitch drops low for ball 1. With that hit, Engelman now 2 for 3 so far at the plate this season. As that one comes in high for ball 2. Of course, Engelman didn't get his first chance at the plate until extra innings in the Wellesley game last week. As part of that strange two-day affair, he went 1 for 2 in that game. And now getting just his second chance to bat in the order for Brookline, as he cannot check that swing there. Might have been in the zone anyway. That'll be strike 2. And that one got fooled on the curve. That'll be strike 3. And you wonder if the failed check swing on the pitch before that kind of affected him, because you could see he started to swing but then hesitated on that strikeout pitch. Might have been overcompensating for that failed check swing the pitch before. Now at the plate is the pitcher, number 12, Connor Jernigan. And Jernigan hits a high hopper over to third, fielded by the third baseman, thrown to first, and that's going to be in time as Brookline goes down in order. Top of the third ends, and we head to the bottom of the third. Still the same score of 1-1. So a close contest early between these two squads. Not surprising. These two teams did play in Brookline last year. Brookline came out on top, but by a narrow margin of, I believe, 8-7, if I recall correctly. So not surprising that these two teams are fighting close so far today. Brookline coming into this one with a 2-1 record, trying to stay above 500. Of course, the past couple of years, Brookline has had a trend of getting out to rough starts to the season. And so this point right now is actually the first time any of these players have had a record above 500 with this varsity Brookline team. And, you know, it just really shows that the growth that this team has had over its first few years under head coach Brendan O'Connor. That first year, the original first year he was supposed to be head coach was canceled due to COVID. The second year, quote marks, was, you know, sort of a weird late start. Brookline got out to a really bad start, 0-9, before starting to find their form late in the year. Last year was much the same, a little more success early on, but ultimately found their best form late in the year. As this first pitch skips just foul. And so that is going to be strike one. As this is Daly at the plate, number 15. Hard crack at the bat this time, and that's going to skip up the middle for a clean single to center. So Daly leads us off by getting on base. And now coming to the plate is number 9, G. Dolan. Dolan, his last time up, grounded out to a 4-6-3 double play. Attempted pickoff, but Daly dives back safely. That pitch going to come in outside for ball one. Looks like Wi-Fi connection is getting a little screwy on me. Hopefully that rights itself soon. Hard crack is going to get past the shortstop into left field. Skip away from Kravitz in left, but he's going to chase it down and hold it to another single. Back-to-back singles to start the first inning. Now runners at first and second, and up comes Zaslaw, number 7. And cracks this one high and deep to right. Hart is under it out and right, and he's got the catch. Runner's going to tag and head to third. And he's going to get to third. That'll be the first out of the inning. So now one down with runners at the corners. And up comes number 8, Ferguson. Runners taking off on the first pitch, in there for a strike. Delayed throw down to second. Almost skipped past the infielders, but well blocked by Sawada to prevent a potential steal of home. So runners now at second and third as Dolan steals second. 0-1 the count. That one's in there for strike 2. Ferguson, his last time up, he flew out to left. If he puts another ball in play, even if it gets a second out, could still very likely bring in Daly for the go-ahead run. Strike 3, a huge 3-pitch strikeout by Connor Jernigan. Changes the dynamic of this situation entirely. Now coming up to the plate, number 11, Umano. And a check swing foul. It's going to be strike 1. Umano, his last time up, he grounded out to second to lead off the bottom of the second. Now up with runners at second and third and 2 outs. And launches this one out to left center. Outfielders on their horse, chasing. Not going to catch it. This is going to bring in both runners, and Umano is going to head down to third, and that's going to be a 2-run triple for Umano as he breaks this game open and makes it a 3-1 lead for the Wildcats. Kravitz raced for it. He laid out for it, but he could not catch up to it. And so this will now bring up number 4, A. Dolan, with his team now up 2, and a runner at third. Dolan, his last time up, drew a walk, but was left stranded as he takes ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Last time Dolan was dealt a 4-pitch walk. That's not going to happen again this one, as that is strike 1. This one comes in high for ball 3. This one comes in low, and that's another walk. It's not a 4-pitch walk, but a 5-pitch walk. Puts Dolan back on the bags. And coming up to the plate now is number 13, Browning. As we got a mound visit here for Jernigan. After the meeting at the mound, Jernigan now setting up to face Browning as he steps off the rubber to start. Browning, his last time up, he reached on an E5 as he takes strike 1. This one sails in high for ball 1. That one in there for strike 2. And runner's just going to head to second. They're going to let him as this one is skied out to center, and it's tracked by Siegel for out number 3. So that ends the third, but not before Weymouth has a chance to take the lead. Our score after 3, Weymouth 3, Brookline 1. I don't know how this stream is looking on your end, folks. On my end, it looks like the Wi-Fi's been a little shaky at points. My apologies for that. Unfortunately, that is an issue that is a bit beyond my control, as Wi-Fi connectivity just kind of varies from area to area. And while you'd think, maybe you can just connect to another Wi-Fi, sometimes even the other Wi-Fi doesn't work so well. As I tried connecting to Xfinity Wi-Fi before I managed to get this stream going, and it wasn't much better. So number 6, Reyes, returns to the mound for the Wildcats for his 4th inning of work. We've got looks like a pinch hitter coming up. Hitting in place of Nico Hart is going to be number 11, Nate Kessler. Oh, it's just Nate's turn in the order, is what I'm being told. As that first pitch comes inside for ball one, so I guess it was him and not Nico Hart who flew out to left at the top of the second. As he now slices this one foul and out of play for strike one. So that's something I'm going to have to go back and check on Game Changer as well, as this pitch drops in low for ball two at the end of the top of the first. So that's my fault. But either way, a 2-2 count to Kessler. As that one's going to come in low, Kessler battles to a full count. Ah, there it is. He grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike three. Kessler gave him a fight, but ultimately went down swinging. So now with one out in the inning, now up comes the right fielder, number 9, Nico Hart. First pitch fouled off, strike one. Now Hart, his last time up, he flew out to left to lead off the top of the second. Swung on and missed, completely fooled by the off speed that time. Oh, and 2 the count. This one's going to skip in low for ball one. Hart puts it in play, out into left, and it's caught out in left field, and that'll be out number 2. Two down in the inning, and up comes the shortstop, number 7, James Dialchand Erickson. First pitch going to come in high for ball one. Dialchand Erickson still chasing his first hit of the season. He flew out to right his last time up. Was 0 for 8 with a walk coming into this contest, as he takes low ball 2 there. That one curves in for strike one. And that's in there for strike 2. Swing and a miss, and Dialchand Erickson goes down swinging. So Brookline goes down in order for the second straight inning. And after 3.5, the score here at Libby Field, the Weymouth High Wildcats 3, the Brookline High Warriors 1. So we see a pitching change for Brookline. Taking over on the mound, number 7, James Dialchand Erickson. So Jernigan leaves, or well, moves to first. Sawada moves to short. Doctoroff moves to second, which I believe means they've moved Melton behind the plate. So Dialchand Erickson making his second pitching appearance of the season. As you can see from the graphic on your screen, he's had 1 start so far this season. 5-inning effort against Newton South in the season opener. Ended up with a loss, although not due to a flurry of runs given up. He gave up 2 in those 5 innings. ERA 2.80, a whip of 0.6, and 4 strikeouts. So we'll see what he does here in his first relief outing of the year. Taking over for Jernigan. Of course, Jernigan, if there are no lead changes, Jernigan will be on the hook for the loss as he leaves trailing. Now up is number 12, Valentin. As this first pitch is going to skip in low for ball 1. Valentin, his last time up, grounded out to a fielder's choice. Skies this one out to center. Siegel is tracking it, under it, and he's got the catch. So that will be out number 1. That pitch coming in low for ball 1. This one getting away from the catcher. That'll be ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Hits a grounder right back to Dialchand Erickson, and he's going to flip it to Jernigan for out number 2. Now coming up to the plate is number 15, Daly. Daly so far 1 for 1 today with a single, a walk, and a run scored. First pitch is low and away for ball 1. And slices this one out to right, and that is going to curve foul. Could not be chased down by Hart out and right. And so that's simply going to be strike 1. And this one also sliced foul and out of play. That'll be strike 2. And makes good contact here. That's going to drop in front of the right fielder for a single. So Daly with his second hit of the day as the 2-out single puts a runner on for number 9, G. Dolan. And this one is fouled off for strike 1. Quick pitch here is launched up to center. Sliding catch made by Siegel, and that is going to end the inning. We are through 4 here at Libby Field. Our score after 4, Weymouth 3, Brookline 1. At this intermission between the 4th and 5th innings, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about Language Virtual. Language Virtual is a nonprofit organization made by Brookline High School students in order to help other students all over the world. Language Virtual offers free English language lessons online to students around the globe. These lessons are taught by volunteer high school students, many of them from right in Brookline, although some from other parts of Massachusetts as well. These volunteer student teachers are recruited by Language Virtual to teach these ELL lessons through the simplest, most tried and true method of learning a language: conversation. To date, Language Virtual has recruited over 100 teachers to teach over 700 students across more than 10 different countries. And with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Language Virtual has seen an influx of students of Ukrainian descent, displaced by the war, and hoping these English lessons can help them adjust to their new living situations. Visit languagevirtual.org to find out and continue fostering these worldwide connections. Once again, that's languagevirtual.org. And as always, as this one is fouled off a foot, as always, you can find that same information about our local charity spotlight down in the description section down below. But for now, we start the top of the 5th inning. At the plate now, the catcher, number 14, Avery Melton. That one's going to miss for ball 1. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. And that's in there for strike 3. Reyes with strong command on the movement and placement of his pitches as he's been fooling a number of Brookline's hitters. Really taking advantage of Brookline's approach to the plate. Brookline places a really high emphasis on plate patience, drawing free passes, waiting for the opposing pitcher to make mistakes. And when you got a pitcher who is on, like Reyes has been so far today, that approach can come back to bite you, as that one is going to be just inside ball 1. 1-1 the count to the second baseman, number 8, Ben Doktoroff. Swung on and missed there, strike 2. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Reyes. 2 down now in the inning as we cycle around to the top of the order with the shortstop, number 5, Keenan Sawada. First pitch misses, ball 1. Sawada, his last time up, flew out to left to end the second inning. That's strike 1. And since the end of that second inning, where Brookline managed to get runners on second and third, they haven't had any base runners since then. Sawada reaches low, hits a grounder up the middle. That's going to be a clean single. I don't think he liked the non-swing call on that pitch. But he's not going to change any calls there. It will be a 1-1 count to Siegel. And this one skips in low. Sawada has to dive back to the bag as he thought about stealing but decided against it. That will be a simple 2-1 count to Siegel. Siegel makes contact here right at the third baseman. He's going to pick it up, throw to second, and get out number 3 on the fielder's choice. So that's the end of the top of the 5th inning. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, the score still Weymouth 3, Brookline 1. Ferguson and it's been quite the pitcher's duel so far here in Weymouth. Just 4 runs given up between the two teams, and just 3 of them earned as one came in on a dropped third strike. And if not for one big swing of the bat from Umano for that 2-out, 2-run triple back in the bottom of the 3rd, if not for that big swing, it would still be a tied 1-1 ball game. That pitch comes in low for ball 1. And this one is chased low for strike 1. This one is lifted out to left. Kravitz on his horse, chasing, cannot catch up with it. It's going to bounce to the wall, and that's going to be a leadoff double for Zaslaw. Now at the plate is number 8, Ferguson. Shows bunt, whiffs on the bunt, fouled it off, and that's going to be strike 1. This one is sliced foul and out of play, and that's going to be strike 2. That one's going to miss outside, ball 1. That one's also just going to miss, ball 2. This one's lifted out to left. Kravitz backtracking, back off the wall. That's going to be another extra base hit, and that's going to bounce away from Kravitz, and Zaslaw is going to come in to score. as Weymouth now extends the lead on the RBI double by Ferguson. And now we're going to have a free pass issued to Umano to set up the force plays. And now coming up is A. Dolan, number 4. Shows bunt, fouls it off. Runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Showing bunt again. It's laid down right in front. Picked up by Dielchen Derrickson and thrown to first for out number 1. But Dolan does his job and moves the runners. Now coming up is number 13, Browning. This one comes in low, well blocked by Melton, and that will be ball 1. Runners at second and third, 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. This one's a hard grounder, fielded well by Doctoroff. He's just going to go to first and get the second out, but another run will come in as Weymouth now up 5-1. Now coming up to the plate is number 12, Valentin. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. It's now 2 down with Umano at third. And this one lifted out to center, Siegel back, and he dropped it! A run's gonna come in on the E8. Umano in to score as Valentin reaches safely. And now a meeting at the mound with the entire infield here as we cycle back around to the top of the order with number 20, Suppley. First pitch going to miss outside, ball 1. This one comes in low for ball 2. Suppley, his last time up, he grounded out back to Dielchen Derrickson. Before that, grounded into a fielder's choice. Had a single and scored on a passed ball back in the first. As he takes strike 1 there, count is 2-1. Hard grounder, that's going to get past Doctoroff at second, and that's going to be another single. First and second now with 2 down. And up comes number 15, Daly. As now there's going to be a pinch runner for Valentin. They're going to bring in number 1, Madden. As number 15, Daly, comes to the plate. This one's a chopper over to short, fielded by Sawada, thrown to first, and that is going to be out number 3. So Weymouth breaks open their lead, doubling up their score in the bottom of the 5th. Our score after 5, the Weymouth Wildcats 6, the Brookline Warriors 1. And it looks like we've got a pitching change here now for Weymouth, as number 34 takes over for Reyes. He will be facing the heart of Brookline's order, the 3-4-5 hitters Engelman, Jernigan, and Kessler. Reyes was absolutely dealing through the first 5 innings. So we'll see how the pitching change is handled by the Brookline batters. You know, on the one hand, they were struggling greatly against Reyes as they failed to get any runners on base through 3 innings, went down 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. So on the one hand, you don't have to deal with a hot pitcher anymore, but on the other hand, now you got a pitcher whose stuff you don't really know because he just came in. So we'll see if this is an opportunity or another nail in the coffin, as number 34 takes the hill for the Wildcats. And stepping in for Brookline, the 3rd baseman, number 17, Charlie Engelman. Engelman checks on that swing, ball 1. This one skips in, ball 2. Engelman 1 for 2 so far today, had an RBI single back in the 1st inning, struck out his last time up. Big swing and a miss, strike 1 there. And chops this one out to right. The right fielder tracking it, and he's got it for out number 1. Now at the plate, the 1st baseman, number 12, Connor Jernigan. First pitch, and he cracks it up the middle. That's going to be a clean single for Jernigan as he trots down to first. Now coming up with a runner on and 1 out, the designated hitter, number 11, Nate Kessler. Kessler, his last time up, he struck out back in the 4th. Before that, grounded out to the pitcher back in the 1st. The attempted throw back to first does not catch Jernigan. This pitch comes high and inside for ball 1. And no swing there. He was checking with the infield umpire. Oh, wait, why do they have 2 and they have 2-1 as the count? I must have missed a pitch there. as that one's going to be in there for strike 2. This one skips away from the catcher, and Jernigan is going to take second on the wild pitch. And that will make it a full count to Kessler. And number 34 is going to step off the rubber. Good contact from Kessler. This is going to drop in center field. Jernigan's going to hold at third, but Kessler down to first with a clean single. Now a meeting at the mound with the relief pitcher, who has now given up back-to-back base hits. Nico Hart. Looking for his first hit of the season, came into this game 0 for 7. And so far today, he has flown out to left twice. If there was ever a time for him to get his first hit of the season, this would be a good one. Runners at the corners, 1 down. Brookline trails by 5. Big swing and a miss there, strike 1. Good contact here. That's up the middle. Jernigan is going to come in. Nico Hart's first hit of the season is one of the RBI variety as Brookline gets their second run of the day. Now coming up, the pitcher, number 7, James Dialchand Erickson. Dialchand Erickson also looking for his first hit of the year. Hits a grounder over to second, flipped to second for 1, on to first, and they got the double play. And just like that, the rally is over for Brookline. They managed to get 1 run back, but nothing more. And so as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, the score, Weymouth 6, Brookline 2. Due up in the bottom of the 6th will be the 3-4-5 hitters for Weymouth. G. Dolan, Zaslaw, and Ferguson. Dialchand Erickson returning to the mound. You could see the frustration after grounding into that inning-ending double play. But Brookline certainly hoping he's able to keep his cool and pitch a strong inning here. Now as we start the bottom of the second, the bottom of the sixth, excuse me. Boy, that was way off. The shortstop, number 9, G. Dolan. First pitch comes low and inside for ball 1. This one is going to be sliced foul for strike 1. This one's going to be grounded foul up the first base line. That'll be strike 2. Dolan, his last time up, he flew out to center to end the 4th. Before that, a single and a run scored in the 3rd. And before that, grounded into a double play. Now he reaches out, hits a grounder over to short, fielded by Sawada, thrown to first in time for out number 1. Now coming to the plate is number 7, Zaslaw. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Another big swing and a miss. Strike 2. And this one is going to be fouled to the third base line as Zaslaw stays alive. Of course, Zaslaw, his last time up, he got that big rally started last inning in the 5th. Leadoff double, and then came in to score on Ferguson's double. And another foul as Zaslaw continues to battle. Hard contact here. That's going to go into center. And that's going to be another clean base hit for Zaslaw. Now coming to the plate, the first baseman, number 8, Ferguson. We've got a pinch runner for Zaslaw, number 2. That pitch going to come in low for ball 1. Number 2 is O'Brien. As this pitch also comes in low and inside, that'll be ball 2. That one's going to miss for a low ball 3. That one catches the outside corner, strike 1. 3-1 count, one down, runner at first. And that's going to miss for ball 4. So Ferguson gets a free pass to first. Now coming up, the third baseman, number 11, Umano. O'Brien at second, Ferguson at first. First pitch is going to be fouled off for strike 1. Umano, his last time, was issued an intentional walk and later came in to score on a fielding error. That one's going to miss just outside for ball 1. Now hits a chopper, foul up the third base line. And he hits a dribbler over to short, charging in, taking it to Sawada, throw to first. Gets him in time. Keenan Sawada making these close plays at first look routine as he gets out number 2. Runners now at second and third. Up comes number 4, A. Dolan. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Dolan, his last time up, he laid down a sac bunt. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. D'Alchand Erickson gets out of the jam. And Weymouth unable to build on their lead, but they do still have a healthy 4-run margin heading into the final inning. 6 innings in, the score, the Weymouth Wildcats 6, the Brookline Warriors 2. Due up for Brookline will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Melton, Doctoroff, and Sawada. As number 34, McPherson, returns to the mound for his second inning of relief. Brookline put 1 run on the board against him. As we've got a pinch hitter coming in for Brookline. This is number 23, Elias Brendel. Will be hitting in place of Avery Melton. Brendel's got 1 plate appearance to his name so far. He drew a walk his 1 time at the plate on Monday against Framingham, and he takes strike 1. Swing and a miss, chased the curveball there, and that'll be strike 2. And that one is going to skip in at his feet, and that'll be ball 1. 1-2 now the count to Brendel. And that one is inside for ball 2. And swung on and missed. Brendel goes down on strikes. And now we've got another pinch hitter. This is number 15, Leander Gosling, hitting in place of Ben Doctoroff. First pitch comes in high, ball 1. Gosling hoping to reach base safely for the second time this season. He's got 1 reach-on error, but is 0 for 3 so far this season as he takes ball 2 inside. That one comes in over his head. 3-0 the count. That one is in there for strike 1. And another one down Broadway. Full count now to Gosling. And that one comes in low. Gosling works his way to a free pass. And now a runner on first and 1 out. And up comes the shortstop, number 5, Keenan Sawada. First pitch comes in high, ball 1. That one in the zone for strike 1. Sawada, his last time up, he got a single up the middle, but was left stranded back in the 5th. Chases this pitch low for strike 2. Sawada 1 for 2 so far today with a single, a flyout, and a walk. And a steal and a run scored. That one misses inside, gets away from the catcher. Gosling takes off, throws, coming in, and they missed the the tag came out of the fielder's glove. And so Gosling does get down to second. The throw did appear to be in time, or at the very least very close, but it came out of the shortstop's glove, as this one also comes low and inside. And this is a full count to Sawada. And he reaches out and golfs this one out to right. And that is going to drop foul. And so Sawada stays alive at a full count. Bit of a defensive swing there as he was caught chasing low. Count still full. And that one misses for ball 4. Sawada fights his way to a walk. 2 runners now on. And up comes the center fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. First pitch comes in off speed for strike 1. Harrison Siegel, the team leader in RBI so far this season with 4. Brookline hoping he can maybe drive in another here. As that one, you could hear that coming in off the inside of the bat. No way that felt good. 0-2 now the count. Makes contact as a grounder to short. Shortstop fields it, throws to second for one. On to first, not in time. And so it will be a 6-4 fielder's choice as Siegel legs it out to just barely keep the game going. 2 down, runners at the corners. Up comes the third baseman, number 17, Charlie Engelman. That pitch hits the low outside corner for strike one. Engelman got the scoring started for Brookline back in the first inning with an RBI single. And he hits a grounder here, fielded by the third baseman, flipped to second, and that is going to be your ball game. The final score here at Libby Field in Weymouth, Massachusetts. The Weymouth High Wildcats 6, the Brookline High Warriors 2. Brookline falls to a 2-2 record as their bats went cold in the middle of the game and just too many opportunities that could not be capitalized on for the Warriors, while the Wildcats did capitalize on theirs. Before I summarize this game, just a reminder, if you enjoyed this live stream, late start, technical difficulties and all, then be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I'll have Brookline girls lacrosse tomorrow and then Brookline baseball again on Friday. So be sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribe to the channel can help. If you got anything to say, I encourage you to say it in the comment section down below after the live stream has concluded. And you can also go down below to the description section to find out all the information you need about our local charity spotlight, Language Virtual. Find out how you can register as a volunteer student teacher of these free online English language lessons. You can also register if you or someone you know is a person in need of English language lessons, or you can just donate to the cause. Also, check out the bottom right corner of your screen. You'll see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. Find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Below that, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com. You can contact me directly with any questions or requests you may have. And below that, the URL to my Instagram account, instagram.com/jgms88. Follow me on Instagram where I post highlights from previous live streams. But this live stream is just about done. Let's wrap this up with a quick recap. In the top of the first, which unfortunately I was too late for, but in the top of the first, Keenan Sawada led things off with a walk. He stole second and later came in to score on an RBI single to left by Charlie Engelman as Brookline took a 1-0 lead. Weymouth came back in the bottom of the first. Suppley got a leadoff single, was moved along by a walk by Daly. G. Dolan grounded into a 4-6-3 double play, making it 2 outs with a runner at third. And then, although Connor Jernigan got the third strike necessary to get out of the inning, the third strike was dropped, and Suppley came in to score on the passed ball as Zaslaw got to reach safely on the dropped third strike, as that tied things up at 1 apiece. In the top of the second, with 2 outs, Avery Melton was hit by a pitch, and then Ben Doctoroff hit a ball out to left that at first looked like a single, but then after some confused but ultimately well-executed base running, Doctoroff was able to leg it out to a double as Melton managed to make his way safely to third, but both runners would be left stranded after a flyout. In the bottom of the second, Weymouth threatened with a walk and a reach on error to put 2 men on with 1 out, but a pair of groundouts ended that inning. Top of the third, Brookline went down in order, and then in the bottom of the third was when Weymouth struck. Back-to-back singles from Daly and Dolan, And then 3 batters later, after a flyout and a strikeout, Umano came up with a big 2-out triple to left center that drove in both Daly and Dolan to give Weymouth the lead at 3-1. In the top of the 4th, Brookline again went down in order. In the bottom of the 4th, Weymouth got a 2-out single, but nothing further. Top of the 5th, Brookline also got a 2-out single, but nothing further. And then in the bottom of the 5th, Weymouth kind of broke things open. A leadoff double by Zaslaw, followed up by another double from Ferguson that drove in Zaslaw, making it 4-1. After a sacrifice bunt by A. Dolan, it was Browning who got an RBI ground out to second, bringing in Ferguson. And then Valentin hit a fly ball to center that was dropped, and Umano, who was intentionally walked earlier in the inning, came in to score on the E8. That made it 6-1 Weymouth. In the top of the 6th, Brookline was able to get a run to start a bit of a rally, 3 straight singles, including an RBI single by Nico Hart, his first hit of the season, driving in Connor Jernigan to make it 6-2, but a double play ended the rally in the 6th. In the bottom of the 6th, Weymouth got a pair of runners on with a single and a walk, but they got nothing further. And then in the top of the 7th, Brookline managed to get 2 runners on with a pair of back-to-back walks, but a pair of groundouts ended the game. And so that is going to wrap up things here at Libby Field in Weymouth, Massachusetts. The final score, Weymouth 6, Brookline 2. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.